Well, I've been to a boot fair this morning and I have got some stuff. I arrived fairly late. I left the house at 6:30. Normally leave at 5:30, but my eldest boy had to go into school early. So it meant that I had to hang around and leave a bit later to take him in. But it was quite nice getting there later and sort of like getting an extra hour in bed. I was a little bit worried I wasn't going to get anything, but I ended up getting some things. So I'm going to flip around now and talk through all the stuff I got. Okay, well, the first one, a guy had a load of sort of old film fantasy magazines, and he did say he wanted a fiver each, absolutely ridiculous. And he was going, how much would you pay then? And I said, well, I would normally buy a big batch of them for, a tenner. But I have actually had this one before. Probably, I don't know, £7 or something, maybe, if I'm lucky. Maybe the same with that one. This was the one that caught my eye. It is in bad condition, very bad condition. But I'm just hoping, because it is Star Wars, I don't know if it's number one. It could be. Who knows? Collector's edition number one from 77-ish. But interesting. So those three were £4. The CB radios, I bought this, £40 they cost. So we got that one. And I have given these a quick look up. The Apollo Maxcom 16E with a little thing. And this, which I think is just some sort of like someone's made it. Because there's some, weird electronics in the back. I don't think it's... Like, look in there, some like crusty old battery and a couple of circuit boards. I've no idea what it is. I paid £40. Very helpfully, some complete stranger came up to me and said I'd overpaid, which took me back a little bit. He's probably right. That, if I'm lucky, I might get 34. That, if I'm lucky, I might get 24. So you could say I have overpaid on that, but it's off a guy who I get a lot of stuff off. And sometimes I might overpay, other times I might do well out of him. So it kind of evens itself up, really. I'm kind of like got the trust that he's not too greedy, I'm not too greedy, and we're straight with each other. So I'll let him know that, I didn't get much for that. At the end of the day, it's kind of like it's the understanding that like he'll make about as much as it as I will, so that's fair enough. Couple of cheapo things here. Box PS3 for £1, or should I say a PS3 box for £1, because there isn't anything in it apart from the cardboard inserts. But it's very useful because I do have a PS3 slim model which I'm about to sell. So that'll be slotted in there. And we also have a broken iPod. And that was £1 too. Everything on, it was the same stall, everything on the ground was £1. Everything on the ground, £1. Sony tape recorder, £5. Don't normally pay more than that. No plug. May not work, sometimes they don't. If it does work, 20-ish, I think. So again, standard. Do love Bakugan. Haven't had it for a while. Nice carry case with a load in. You chuck them at a radiator, they will open, because there's a magnet on that one. They're supposed to stick. Let's see if I can make one stick. No, but they open. The magnet will cause it to open up. Probably best. Let's try and do one properly. Oh, I've lost the knack. What's going on here? No, it's just not having it. This is me trying to demonstrate Bakugan live. It's just not working. £2 that cost. A Rubik's clock. Again, I probably had about half a dozen of these. Like picking them up. Sell for maybe 15-ish tops. That cost £1. And then, I got this for a tenner. I looked it up quickly. There were some box ones which were quite good money. it's just a voice recorder, but it looks like a pretty darn good one. So 10 for that. Probably looking at 30 plus. It also comes with this telephone recording connector. So someone's been doing a little bit of espionage or listening in on covert phone calls, a bit of covert coverage. And then lastly, these two. Oh, there I am. Hello, everyone. I'm on my phone. Good job I've got my T-shirt on, isn't it? I could have been in my Speedos. So we got this Art Nouveau mirror and this lot of stuff. And it came from the same store. I went there on sort of 2 separate occasions. And in between, I went there to buy something. And this is an example of how crazy some prices are. So saw that and sort of said, how much do you want for it? And they said a tenner. Now, that's a good price, really, if you want an Art Nouveau mirror. But if you want to sell an Art Nouveau mirror and you're thinking, do I want to pack it up or do I want to do collection only? It's a kind of like, oh, God, price. It's an oh, God item, isn't it? It's like, that's going to break. So I said, oh, gosh, I want to pay a £5 for that. And they're house clearance. They don't really want to keep this sort of thing. So £8 that was. It is missing. I've got to be careful with this because it's missing a few of these metal things on the back. So it could mean the mirror could fall out. But that's going to go collection only. I'm not going to risk that one being broken. Lovely thing. I had a set of Art Nouveau mirrors, which were the seasons. Spring, summer, autumn. They were lovely. And they went for good money. And then I went back to the same store and they had an Atari Blaze handheld console and a golden Thomas Ertl model. You know, those little Thomas tank engine things? It was a limited edition gold one. And I was sort of saying, how much do you want for that? And I think they said 20 each. Something crazy. It was either 40 or 30. And I was like, what? There's me probably expecting maybe a tenner for the two. And he said, well, how much would you say then? And I said, well, I could probably sell that for like 45 online. And he was going, well, there you go then. 20 each is a bargain. I was like, no. No, you seem to like be missing the point. I've got to try and make some money. So I think from, the time he sold me this to the time he was talking to me about buying those two things for 20, I don't know, his brain must have been short wide. I don't know, maybe he'd had a pint of DMT or something, God knows. But he was off on one. And then, a bit later on, I stumbled across the same stall. So this is crazy. So he wanted, well, first I picked this up. And I said, how much is this? And he went, £20. I was like, it's only a calculator. Well, I mean, I say it's only a calculator. It's I've sold these before. If it works, it's a bit more than a calculator. But it just occurred to me, there's a search between someone who's selling at a boot fair who doesn't know what they've got and trying it on, and sort of someone who's buying and having to go back with, come on, like £20 for that. That's and he wanted £20 each for these. So never underestimate how far you can go back. So these I've never seen this before, but it's a Builder computer kit, Canu. I don't know if anyone. Let me know in the chat if you've ever seen this before. So let me try and get some of it open. Let me just pause this, if I can. Right, here we go. So, I mean, it just looks really interesting. It's a build your own computer kit. I think it's based on Raspberry Pi. And there's the screen bit. I don't know where the actual circuit board is, whether it's... I need to have a good look at it. So he wanted 20 for that, and 20 for that, and 20 for this. Yeah, when I was talking about this Canu thing, he said 20. I thought he meant 20 for the whole lot. I was sort of saying this is just a calculator. Who's going, how much would you pay? I go, well, I normally pay like £2 for a calculator. Blah, 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 blah. And in the end, after a bit of a discussion, and I was almost going to walk away because I said, "Okay, I'll give you a fiver for that." We'd agreed on a fiver for that, so I got him down from 20 quite quickly. And I was about to walk away because I said, "I'll give you 20. I'll give you 20 for the two, because it's all one thing. No point having one and not the other." And was going to walk away, and then he said, "Yeah, all right, 20 quid." So 20 quid for this. So I've got to look this up. I think I had a little quick look, and certain sets were around 60, but it's all got to work. I know absolutely nothing about it. I've got to plug it all in and see what happens. But I love getting stuff I've never had. So it's great. It's great getting a Rubik's clock and a voice recorder and a Bakugan and PS3 and an iPod and all that sort of jazz and that, because I've had that before. It's a very nice pickup. Go and look it up. HP 48GX. But Kano. Build your own computer. Can't wait to see what that's worth. Hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, it's quite nice going late to a boot fair. Just goes to show that there's always things to be had if you're walking around. So never dismiss it if you're an hour into a boot fair and you haven't found anything. There is hope out there. If you enjoyed those pickups, do give it a thumbs up. If you're not subbed, I'd love you to sub. Always putting out haul videos when I can, and the live on the Monday. But for now, that's all. Let me know what you think in the comments. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Take it easy.